The Gift of Grace. Part 1, A Desperate Heart. Sarah sat alone in her dimly lit apartment, tears streaming down her face. Life had taken a cruel turn, and she felt utterly defeated. The dreams she had once held so dear were now shattered, and her heart was heavy with despair. She had lost her job, her relationship had ended in turmoil, and hope seemed like a distant memory. Her phone lay silent, as friends and family had long stopped calling, unable to provide the solace she needed. The world outside her window felt distant, oblivious to her suffering. One sunny afternoon, with the weight of her problems suffocating her, Sarah decided to visit a nearby park. She wandered aimlessly, her thoughts lost in a tumultuous sea of doubts and regrets. That's when she met her. Emily, an elderly woman with a warm smile and kind eyes, sat alone on a park bench, her gnarled hands gently clutching a worn Bible. Emily's gaze met Sarah's, and with a friendly nod, she beckoned Sarah to sit beside her. "Beautiful day, isn't it?" Emily said, breaking the silence. Sarah managed a weak smile. "Yes, it is." The conversation flowed effortlessly as Emily shared stories of her own life, her journey of faith, and the remarkable experiences she'd had along the way. Emily spoke of hope as if it were a tangible, life-giving force, and for the first time in months, Sarah felt a glimmer of something she thought was lost forever. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Emily shared a parable that would change Sarah's life forever. It was a story of a man who faced insurmountable trials but never lost faith. Instead, he held on to hope with unwavering determination, trusting that there was a divine plan at work. Sarah listened intently, her eyes locked onto Emily's. The parable resonated deep within her wounded heart, like a soothing melody in the midst of a storm. She felt a connection with this wise stranger, as if Emily's presence alone was a lifeline thrown to her in the darkest of waters. As the night fell and the park grew quiet, Emily's final words lingered in the air. "Sometimes, my dear, the best things come to us when we least expect them. It's all a matter of faith and patience." Part 2, The Seeds of Faith. Over the following weeks, Sarah found herself visiting the park regularly, eagerly anticipating her conversations with Emily. Emily's presence seemed to infuse life with purpose and meaning. She shared more parables and stories from her own life, each one a testament to the power of faith and hope. Sarah, who had once seen her life as a series of unfulfilled expectations, began to see the world through a different lens. She started to count her blessings, no matter how small they seemed. A ray of sunlight breaking through the clouds, a kind word from a stranger, or simply the gift of another day became reasons to be grateful. Slowly but surely, Sarah's outlook on life began to change. The heavy burden of despair lifted, and she felt a newfound sense of hope welling up inside her. She realized that, just as Emily had shared in her parables, sometimes our darkest moments are the precursors to our greatest blessings. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Sarah shared her own struggles and doubts with Emily. She spoke of her past mistakes and regrets, her shattered dreams, and her fear of the uncertain future. Emily listened patiently, her face illuminated by the soft glow of a nearby lamppost. When Sarah finished, Emily said, "My dear, remember that life is full of chapters, some filled with trials and others with triumphs. It's during the challenging chapters that our faith is tested and strengthened. It's when we believe, even in the darkest moments, that we open ourselves to the possibility of miracles. Sarah took those words to heart. She began to trust in the unseen, to have faith in the journey, and to believe that her struggles were not in vain. With each passing day, her circumstances improved, not miraculously, but gradually and steadily. Part 3, The Gift of Grace. As weeks turned into months, Sarah's transformation became evident to everyone around her. She radiated a newfound inner strength and resilience. Her job search bore fruit, and she found herself in a better position than before. Old friendships were rekindled, and new ones blossomed. But it wasn't just her external circumstances that changed. Sarah had discovered a wellspring of hope and faith within herself. She had learned to trust in the journey of life, even when the path was obscured by darkness. She had embraced the idea that sometimes, the best things in life come to us when we least expect them. One sunny afternoon, Sarah met Emily at the park once more. Emily was sitting on their favorite bench, her Bible open in her lap. Sarah approached, a bouquet of flowers in her hand. "These are for you," Sarah said, handing the flowers to Emily. "To thank you for everything you've done for me." Emily's eyes twinkled with appreciation as she accepted the gift. "Thank you, my dear. But remember, it wasn't me who transformed your life, it was your own faith and resilience." Sarah nodded, realizing the profound truth in Emily's words. She looked around at the park, at the people walking their dogs, children playing, and the world continuing to spin, and she marveled at the beauty of life. In that moment, Sarah had a revelation. She understood that the journey of life was unpredictable, and that the challenges she had faced were not punishments but opportunities for growth. She had learned that God's timing was always perfect, and the blessings He bestowed upon us were often far greater than we could imagine. With a heart full of gratitude, Sarah continued her journey, now with a steadfast belief that God does indeed give us the best when we trust in Him. The story of Sarah and Emily became a beacon of hope for those who heard it. Sarah shared her newfound wisdom and faith with others, spreading the message that even in the darkest of times, there is a gift of grace waiting to be discovered. And so, the tale of the gift of grace lived on, a reminder that faith, hope, and patience can lead us to the most beautiful blessings life has to offer. I hope you enjoyed this story.